Canadians, are you heading to Spain for your summer holiday instead of the United States? 'Cause I hear you're boycotting the United States since they want to make you the 51st state. Don't blame you. Why would you want to be? Well, you see, let's say, for instance, you are heading to Spain because you want to get away from the old smoke, so to speak. Forest fires. Anyway, we've also got your smoke over here, by the way, in the EU. Yes, travelled over it has. Yeah, it's a long way, you know. Anyway, you might want to think again about Spain. But if you made your plans and you're heading to Spain, what you want to do is speak French, okay? Use the French language or Spanish, not English, because they might think you're a Brit, all right? Just bear that in mind, because there's a lot of animosity aimed at the British. There is. Post-Brexit and all that. Oh, my God, I can't blame them. Yeah, they thought that was an FU to the Europeans that they did. Just as they was going to let my dog in. Come on, Dora, up you come. You have a treat. Up here, baby. Oh, here. This way. Up. You can do it. Oh, that she can. Oh, there she is. Well, you see, there is a lot of problems in Spain regarding housing, all right? Because all the... she dropped on the floor. Because all the rental properties, all right, like Airbnbs and stuff like that, there ain't enough room for ordinary Spanish people to live. There ain't enough houses. They've got a severe housing problem, they have. And as such, especially in the Balearics and places like that, and Barcelona, they show a bit of animosity towards the English. Now, I say the English mainly because, the British, UK citizens and all that, because they are the largest volume of tourists heading to Spain. It's just geography, all right? End of the day, it is one of the closest places that has lots and lots of sun. That it does, doesn't it, eh? Yes. No, she likes the sun. She does. Yeah, you bask in the sun. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's very nice. Okay. Yeah, very cuddly. Now, the thing is, with everything that's been going on, there's a lot of problems, right? They've also changed the rules considerably in Spain. Like, for instance, you can get fined like 600 odd euros if you walk down the promenade in your bikini. Yeah. You can also get fined about 600 euros if you lay a turd in the sea. How the hell are they going to know? Are they going to see the float and leaving your derriere? I don't know. But you see, there are lots and lots of things now in Spain. New rules that came in the last few years that have been doubled down on. And as such, people have been getting caught out for this. It's crazy. So maybe one of them shawl things to put around you, or something like that. And if you're a man, all right, do away with a thong, okay? Not put something else on. Don't do away. No, put something else on instead, because we don't want to see. No, that's it. No, we don't. No, we don't. Oh, blimey, stinky. Anyway, so the Spanish people are very, very upset, but Spain is actually embarrassed about it. I kid you not. Yeah, it's embarrassed about all the hate that is being projected at UK tourists. Now, you Canadians, you do not want to be you just do not want to be tarnished with the same brush or even put in the same basket as a Brit. Yeah, because we are a bunch of basket cases, okay? A whole load of them voted to leave the European Union, which was, I had to put it, an FU to the Europeans, and it was. Yeah, and I didn't vote for that. No, I'm not that stupid, okay? You might think I am, but I'm not. No. So, Spain has faced humiliating setback as an anti-UK tourist protests have sparked across the nation, and the British holidaymakers are becoming the focal point of disgruntled EU residents. Demonstrations against over-tourism. Now, when you get to a point, all right, where you can't afford to live, all right, and you've got all these people coming from all these other places on holiday, taking your homes because obviously the people who own these properties are deciding to turn them into rental accommodations, well, obviously the locals aren't going to be very happy, and especially when they find themselves evicted so they can be made into rental accommodations, like for instance Airbnb and what have you. Now, many of these places are no longer offering any new registrations for Airbnb. I think it's actually in Spain, actually. Despite the unrest in popular destinations like the Canary Islands and the Balearics, recent data from Travelgate X shows that bookings to the Balearics have surged by 10.1% just in the last week. It's probably all Canadians. Because they're not holidaying in the US anymore. This is compared to the previous week, and by a significant 29% when matched with the same period last year. This is a huge uptick. This is literally because of Donald Trump, isn't it? Eh? Now, the Balearic Islands have climbed to become Spain's third most sought-after spot for holidays over the past 7 days, securing 16% of bookings, trailing just behind Andalusia and Catalonia, which both captured 18%. The latest figures reveal that nearly 20% of this week's nationwide bookings were made approximately 2 months ahead of travel, with an additional 18% secured more than 90 days in advance. Now, last-minute reservations, either the day before or on the day of travel, constituted 10.4%. The couples had made up half of the bookings, and almost half of the travellers opted for stays ranging from 2 to 5 nights, whereas 25% booked single-night stays. Now, Spaniards lead the booking statistics with 55%, but Brits are not far behind, making up to around 18% in total, followed by the Germans at 3.3% and Portuguese at 2.8%, and the rest of them are probably Canadians. I know I'm speculating there, but, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I really wouldn't. Why would Canadians want to go to the United States? Now, although the Spanish people are upset, the Spanish government is embarrassed. You see, as far as the Spanish government's concerned, it is federal money, isn't it? It's money coming in, isn't it? And the local governments are putting restrictions on. But the actual state government doesn't want to. One of the biggest problems is they haven't been building enough housing, like many places, like in the United States, like in Canada, like in the United Kingdom. They have not been building enough housing for first-time buyers and what have you, or renters. There just isn't enough housing. They've been building loads of rental accommodations all over the bloody place, but for holiday makers because of higher rents. And obviously the locals are going to be upset. It's all very well saying, it provides all this work, but if you've got nowhere to flip and live, you're not going to be able to live near the place. The prices are just so high now, the amount of money that they can earn is not enough. They can't afford to live there. Obviously they're upset. Obviously the locals are protesting. This isn't just recent development either. It's not even post-Brexit development. It is something that's been going on for a good long while, but it's coming to a head. Because the government hasn't acted. They have not done what they need to do. They haven't built the housing. Now, as for Canada, for instance, with Mark Carney's new plan, I get it. Regarding house building, prefabricated housing and stuff, it can be bloody good stuff, it can. Providing they build by good people. But it seems to me that this ignorance by governments not to build enough housing to make sure that there's enough housing on the market so people have got places to live is ignorant. And just ignorant and stupid. It's also greedy. And it's greedy because they want people in government generally own a lot of property. A lot of them are big renters. Same in the UK government. A lot of them are big renters. All right? Now as they rent people out, big renters, big landlords. So they own a lot of properties. And so what happens is they do not want their investment to devalue. And when you put more properties on the market to bring the house prices down, make it more affordable for people, well, they lose money, don't they? They don't want that. So why are governments going to actually vote for something that's against their own best interests? They don't care about the people, do they? They say they do, but they don't. Otherwise, they would have built more housing by now. And that's right across the board. There are ways of doing it. In the UK, the UK's rather stuffed anyway because of material costs, and it's just gone through the roof. It's absolutely ridiculous. The United States have obviously been putting tariffs on Canada and, like, for instance, any timber and what have you, well, now they can use it for their own house building programs instead of sending it to the United States. So it might bring prices down. So, yeah, that's my feeling on the matter, you know. And that Canadians need to speak French. If they visit Spain, what have you, so they don't think they're Brits. Toodaloo. You gonna say goodbye? And you gonna say goodbye? And you gonna go toodaloo? Why don't dogs talk? Huh? Well, she's very comfy though. She's very happy being there. Have a treat, because you've been a good girl. That you have. Yeah, aren't you? You're getting an old girl now, aren't you? Eh? Getting grey like me. Toodaloo!